Okay, we've got another desk repair today. This one's from a senior engineer, and he's normally very good at fixing these sort of things, but I offered to do this one as a favour today. So this is a nice little LED light that's rechargeable. I think it's got an 18650 in it, and the button, despite clicking very nicely, doesn't seem to function anymore. And it's late at night and I have to stop to yawn in between these takes. So it appears to be 2 Phillips head screws in here. Let's whack these out of here, and I may need a hex key or something for that. We'll see how it comes apart. Alright, Phillips head screwdriver. Rip this out of here, and I may need a magnet to keep the screws on, provided they're magnetic. They are indeed. Some of these things have non-magnetic screws, although there is a magnet on the end here that's probably going to come out in a minute. We'll see. Rip that one out. Is that going to come out? Probably not. So this plastic piece, I'm not sure if it comes up. Let's find a spudger. Spudger located. We'll pop this up. Okay, looks like the 2 clamshell halves are there. I may need to undo this, although looking at that, maybe not. We will start down at this end. See if we can find an appropriate place to prise sections apart. There we go. That pops out nicely. Alright, so yes, it does come apart, and that is 1.8 amp hour lithium ion. And a magnet that's going to stick to everything. Magnets can be a blessing and a curse. Okay, so we want to see if we've got voltage or continuity on the switch. So I'll need to undo these 2 and those 2 and pull this whole lot out. And during disassembly, I find the issue. That wire's broken there. So we do need to undo these screws, and we're going to need to rewire back into this unit here. But so far, it looks like a fairly simple solution. So let me find an Allen key. We'll separate that out, and then we'll see what we can do about the wires. Alright, we have it open. And this looks to have been either glued or solvent welded to this body, so I'll have to glue it back together again. And these clips, despite poking screwdriver through here as best I could, do take a little tiny bit of damage, but I think we did reasonably well getting that off. And of course the black wire snapped off in the process. Fairly brittle wiring. So we should be able to lever this out, I hope, and get our LED array out and set our wires out. So from here, these look to have been... they've poked it through and used a soldering iron to weld that through. So not ideal, but we should be able to attach some wiring to it. This little diffuser is kind of annoying. I don't know whether I can chop these with the flush cutters, and I can for sure get this off. How I get it back on again, I may be welding it or maybe gluing it. I'd like to wire directly back to that LED strip and do it properly. So I think I don't have a lot of choice. I'm going to trim these off flush, and I will find a way to put them back on. And by flush cutters, I do actually mean flush cutters. They're designed to cut flush, as opposed to side cutters, which are often erroneously referred to as the same thing. But side cutters are just cutters that cut on the side. So we can pop this out. Alright, there's our LED strip. No resistors on board either. At least they're nice enough to mark them. So let's find a bit of wire that might be appropriately flexible. Alright, I managed to hot glue things back on here. I've soldered on a couple of lengths of silicon cable. Found this box of samples I had kicking around. It's a little bit thicker on the insulation, but I'll see if I can feed it through the hinge and make it work. Now, I'm juggling in the middle of video calls at the moment here, but we have joined these on here, and it works again. So we'll reassemble, put it back together.